Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back in a brand new episode from A to Podcast. Today, we're having a special guest who is a voiceover artist, English teacher, and also a traveler. Without any further ado, let's jump right in and welcome Mr. Ahmed Guedda.
Hello, Hussam. Hello, everyone. Good morning to everyone who's listening to this podcast. First off, thank you so much for this invitation, especially that this podcast is taking place in my beloved university. And it's actually a great honor to see such initiative from the whole team here. And it's a great pleasure to be around you here.
So before we start our episode, I want you to feel free and I want you to feel that we are having such a normal conversation between you and me. Let's just forget about the cameras and everything.
For sure.
And I want you to introduce yourself for the viewers.
Okay. Hello everyone, it's me Ahmed Guedda, newly graduated from the Department of English here in the University of Al-Wad. I work as a voiceover artist. I've done so many works here in Algeria and abroad. I'm also an English teacher. I've been teaching English for the past 2 years, both in class and online. And recently, you can call me a traveler. I've traveled to almost 15 countries around Africa and Europe. And yeah.
I guess I smell a lot of success in here.
Thank you so much. It's actually this is just the beginning of everything.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're always looking forward for better success.
So I want to go directly for the question, so to make sure.
Okay.
So do you think traveling helps to break communication barriers between people from different cultures?
Okay, first off, let me say with my experience abroad, the first thing that you need to work on is that you need to be as much extrovert as you can. And this can first be happened around your people. So you need to do this around the people that you know, especially here in your home country, before you do this abroad. So personally speaking, I'm so thankful that I got the experience, first of all, that I got so much used to talk to the people here in my home country, so that I got that enough confidence to go abroad and to meet new people. And of course, communication, break that cultural barrier, and of course, like, always go forward, because they're just normal people just like us.
Yeah. So as they say, you have to break the ice between you and some people. And also, yeah. So going to the next question, and the next question say, what are some challenges that people might face to speak to other people, for like native people from English language?
Can you please repeat the question?
What challenges that people or English learner might face when they are trying to speak to someone who is native
in English?
Yeah.
All right. So I consider one of the main challenges could be probably the accent. So I can see that there are some people who are so much used to the American accent, and when they hear someone speaking in British, they feel that they don't understand a thing, which it might affect their confidence. They feel that they know nothing in English. So I would just tell everyone not to be afraid from accents, because it's a normal thing. Just like as we have in Arabic, sometimes I can't understand a Iraqi, or I can't understand a Syrian, just because it's not the accent that I'm not used to. And of course, one other barrier is that when you have less vocabulary in an area that you want to talk about, for example, I don't know so much about cars, and I meet an expert and he would tell me things about car, and I don't understand what is he saying.
So like freezing and panic, and you don't know
exactly. So sometimes, like, when you don't have enough vocabulary on a specific area, it could be a challenge for you. So if you want to open a conversation, make sure that you at least know something about it. You have a background about it. Accent as well. And as I told you, maybe there are other like factors that might affect our communication, which as it could be self-confidence, like someone who is not so much used to
that's
talk to strangers.
Thing, in my personal opinion, self-confidence is the key for everything.
So we need to try, like, even though if we don't know how to say a word, we can just go around it, and at the very end we have to know how to convey the meaning. Doesn't mean that we need to know as much words as we can, but just knowing how to deliver the information, this is the most important thing.
Thank you so much for this really important information.
You're the most welcome.
So we finished now this section of the Q&A, or the question section, and now we're going to the next section, which is to share with us some funny moments or stories that happened to you while you are traveling abroad.
Oh, some funny moments.
Yeah.
Well, I can speak about one trip that we had that was 10 days in Ramadan. So we just had a kind of a holiday there. So I decided to invite my friends and just go to 5 different countries in 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of a very hard experience, especially that it was in Ramadan. We were fasting, and at the same time we were exploring these different cities and stuff. So yeah, one of the funny moments is probably we've been homeless for some days. Yeah, because we were relying on sleeping on the bus from moving to one city to another, so we had to maybe like just sleep outside, because there they closed the stations just to avoid these homeless people. So yeah, one of the craziest moments is actually trying to be homeless, especially
like homeless.
Yeah, when
you are not homeless.
Yeah, of course. But it was kind of a very, very good experience, especially when you are with your friends and everything went perfect. And actually, I remember one night, like one day, we booked a house in Vienna, Austria, and the worst thing is that we found the house full of mosquitoes.
Oh my God! It's the worst thing for me to find my bed full of mosquitoes or bugs.
Yeah, we just like left the house as it is, and we stood homeless for the other day because
another one.
Yeah, we didn't find like an appropriate house, but still, it was kind of a very good experience for us.
Yeah, they are saying in our language, Arabic, if you do not experience some challenges and hard things during your travels, it's not a journey or trip it's not fun.
True.
So before we end our podcast or before we end our episode, I want you to give the viewers who are interested in learning English some tips.
Okay, so for those who want to improve their English, personally speaking, podcasts help me a lot. As much as you consume the language, as much as you can plant the language in your subconscious, and this is what is needed. Listen to podcasts as much as you can. When you're walking, when you're working out, when you are cooking, when you are sleeping, especially before you sleep, try to listen to one podcast or two. Pick the 1 or 2 podcasts that you feel that you can understand. No matter if you understand or you don't understand, by the time like 1 episode, 2 episodes, 10 episodes, 20, and so on and so forth, by the time you get used to this podcast, you would feel much more free, and you would feel that you're consuming the language so much. So trust me, if you keep doing this daily, you would really see that improvement in your language. So apart like from reading and like texting others in English and stuff, focus so much on podcasts because it's so much important.
Okay, now we're moving to the last section, which is a quote of the day. I want you to give me a quote that you believe in and tell me why you are believing in this quote.
Well, there's so much quote that I like, but the one I like the most is I know it's in Arabic, but let me just think of it how it is in English. Yes. So the quote that I like the most is that success is not the outcome, but it's more about the journey.
True.
So during the journey there where you feel happy, where you feel that you want to get more and more, but when you consider success as just the outcome, this is not success.
Yeah, that's why we see you successful in a lot of
Thank you so
different
much. Still, actually,
fields, yeah.
But I'm always looking forward to do more, and this is what keeping me motivated towards the things
True,
I
yeah.
love.
I'm really proud of you, actually.
Thank you so much, Hassan. Thank you so much.
So, dear viewers, I hope you enjoyed this episode of our podcast. Give us the guest that you want to see in this podcast. So, see you soon in next episode next week.